Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's time for more EU4 Russia. I'm your Leo Scalebin, where we continue our fight against the Swedes and the Scots. Odd combination, but... so we're fighting. Maybe better just to keep, like, 11,000 on hand. Like, Sweden is equally so starting to run out of things to throw at me. To the point where I know... reinforcing is going to be big, and I can way out-reinforce Sweden. Like, I'm Russia. just my traditions alone ensure that I can out-reinforce anybody. I'd like to remind you all, Muscovite traditions, national manpower plus 25%. Fuck y'all. It's good stuff. Alright. Like, it is December, and they're settling in for siege, so that's fine. Suddenly not so appetizing, is it? Can't imagine why you may not want to do that. So we have 6,000 extra right now. So, I suppose what we're going to have to do is gather up mercs. I mean, my infantry cost is so ridiculously low. Infantry is so cheap. I think what I'm going to do is do this. There. And we'll send them to siege Viborg. It's level 2, so we'll need at least 2 more guys. That's acceptable. Push it. Novgorod is trying, but they're sort of failing. And Sweden is losing various portions of its land, so... Like, Sweden should be out of manpower, I think, at this point. Yeah, 173, and they have 13,000 men, so... They might as well be. There. Now we get to siege this. With 7,000 able bodies. We've got 12,000 in reserve to fight, so... I accidentally did consolidate, but... that's okay. So... Unfortunately, like, dock is like that, and there isn't, like, a naval trade building like there once was. Which I feel like there should be. I like that there's a naval trade building, and just a regular trade building. It made naval provinces, more important. Oh, look at that. It's the Swedish army. Unsurprisingly, not very good. But they're trying. I mean, most of this is just going to be whether or not we can manage to occupy Viborg. We kind of need to. Like, the rest of the fighting at this point is irrelevant. If we occupy Viborg, we win the war. Like, cabinet cooperation. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Humanism is great, because you just get the good humanist events are just so much better than the good events for any other thing. So important. And we do need to try and get religious unity up. Religious unity will be greatly helpful here, because it'll put us over 100 again. Alright. We're making some progress against Viborg. Alright. Good. So, almost there. Can I walk away from this siege team right now to go help Perm? The answer is no. You know, the second I walk away from this siege team, they'll storm over with 1 billion dudes and kill it. Like, the Swedish army's just been staying away at this point. Scotland. Oh, are you getting eaten by Britain? No, you just don't care anymore? I don't blame you. Scottish war exhaustion, their military strength, they've lost so many troops out here. Like, don't fight in a land war in Asia. You need to be prepared for this kind of stuff. Novgorod is surprisingly still alive. Alright. So, I mean, at this point, we have 11% war score against them, but it'll go up significantly once we get Borg. Because provinces without forts are worthless. That's the problem. Oh, surprise rebels. Hang in there. There we go. Got reinforcements to you. Not to blow up the heretics. Good. We need to remain here. To keep the siege going. Because the mercenaries kind of just got flunked. Oops. That was unfortunately not planned. Alright, we now have 100% against Novgorod. Just double check the trade memo. Yeah, so as long as we get those two, I guess the rest doesn't really matter much. But yeah, that's pretty acceptable, I think. Unless we wanted Lapland as well, not really. Now this stuff's really cheap. I think if we just deal this blow against the Swedes in this battle here, should be okay. Catch him. Yeah. Break the Swedes. An extra 4.6. Yeah. War exhaustion's gonna get high if I don't do something real quick. So. Really? I guess I just really aren't gonna go any higher than this, alright. I mean, as much as I'd like to keep fighting, the call for peace is too much. There. Can just flat out annex Novgorod. That should do it. How's our overextension holding? 76%. Okay. Overextension only 59%. We can definitely deal with that. I think what we're going to do is go for the first 4 humanist ideas as quickly as possible. Before even coring anything. Like, I think that's the best thing we can do. Alright. So. Call for peace should go away, yeah? There we go. Strattatore cavalry, don't mind if I do. And Sweden's no longer a valid rival. Yay! I think. I don't really know. We have extra money, so yeah. Extra black power doesn't hurt. Okay, anything else we need? Anything else? Russian nation, we just need admin tech 10. We'll not be getting that for a while. Not at the rate I keep absorbing all these goddamn provinces into me. That's for sure. Alright. When, yeah, still in Union. Okay. So, Livonian Order, noted. Quite annexable, if I do say so myself. There we are. Okay. Good. You guys get working and marching. What do we want to do? Well, we're capped at like 15 supply limit right now. So 9 and 6? 9 and 6 seems like a decent setup, yeah. We'll just ditch these guys. We don't need them. They're nice to have. Sankt Mitchell. I mean, at least we can convert some of this stuff. Religious unity, we hub over 100%, so thank God. That does help contain the revolt risk a lot, I think. But I'm still debating, like, just doing this is, like, national unrest -2. That's pretty important. In addition of things that is important to do, we need to try and get things under control, relatively speaking. Doesn't appear here. Or is it somewhere down here? I don't know. I think just need to give a lot of autonomy to a lot of regions around here. These areas still haven't even gotten back to their old autonomy. Yeah. Unfortunately, that war was rather costly, and Golden Horde separatists are getting uppity. Theodoro, accept. I'm going to see about getting vassalization on them. Well, military power will be fixed momentarily. Yeah, figured as much. Alright. Anything else we need? No trade power asked for. Not too much. 21%, that's fine. Because for some reason that gives positive relations. Never will I understand why. Improve relations. Okay, so Theodora will be vassalizable. That's the good news. Nice diplo vassalization. Never hurts. Also, Austria appears to actually be able to get its way over here, so we'll have to be careful. In other news, how goes our control of the Novgorod trade node? It is nearing absolute. Excellent. Most of that's just from downstream stuff. We do have a couple of provinces here with Lithuania, which is why they have 5%, while everyone else is just like 1%. You know, Tver and Peskov are particularly problematic. We have most of the trade power in Kazan as well. Good. Kazan or Astrakhan. I think we'll withdraw from Astrakhan for the moment. Get us a little extra trade power, and we're now trading in fur. That's what I like to see. Doesn't hurt. Extra prestige. I love it. Alright. So. Got to march down here and take care of some stuff. Because it will not be long now. On the matter of buildings. I mean, is there any reason not to just build a bunch of buildings here? In any province that's part of the Novgorod trade node, just build trade buildings. Because we're going to need to try and, hold resistance on it, since it does link direct to Lubeck, I believe. No, it does link through the Baltic Sea. The Baltic Sea should be controllable, for the most part. Although we don't have any trade power there now, I feel like it shouldn't be too hard to deal with. Doesn't actually link direct to Lubeck, thankfully. Yeah. Getting a hold of the Baltic isn't too hard. We just need to get a hold of the river estuaries and Danzig here. That should prevent any bleed through. And thus allow us to more or less get the Silk Road to ourselves. You want goods, you have to pay Russian prices. Totally not exploitation. Yeah, there's something we can do. Alright. Keep things going here. I mean, war exhaustion's decreasing. Overextension isn't, but whatever. Like, Tolerance or Heretics +3 wouldn't be too bad to have either. We definitely want indirect rule literally as fast as possible. Hell, cultural ties wouldn't be bad either. There just isn't a bad idea in this freaking group. That's the problem. Like, the group is so good. The group is just so good. And it's probably good that they moved force marched out of it. Because some people thought it was just, like, integral to everything. And actually, that's the opinion of probably the majority of people who played the game. I never found it to be that important, but... And again, I played the game a little differently than most people, so... Oh, apparently the Finns have managed to overcome the Golden Horde. Alright. As a side note, I suppose we don't even need to we can, you know, do that, do that. We just blew up that fort, didn't need it. Local tax modifier, sure. Boom. Develop Moscow into great city. It will always be capital. Like, we'll probably do whatever it is to change over our capital here, but I don't see a reason. Well, we cut them off in Viborg before they could properly uprise against us. And thus they die now. Or maybe not, because apparently we lost our really good leader. He was like young as fuck. What the hell? Also, unit is retreating. Should prevent you from appointing new leaders. If it's in friendly territory, it should be able to appoint a new leader. I understand not being able to appoint new leaders in hostile territory, but, you know, whatever. Alright, let's dash our way over there. Yeah. He'll all be reinforced by the time we get there at this point. Okay. 10 to 7, yeah, we should be fine. Alright. Good. Revolt taken care of. Now we have to handle the Crimeans, the Golden Horde. Should be fine. Yeah. It's always hard to hold together Russia. So, let's get annexing you. Right away. No reason to wait. Absorb it all. And I guess we can also mothball this. Alright, we're almost to the next idea. Lose 20 legitimacy. Minus 2 unrest globally is important, so we'll get it next month as well. Good. Ooh, a land maintenance modifier. Don't mind if I do. Considering the amount of money I spend on land maintenance, it doesn't hurt. You know, 0.60 ducats back. That's like half his friggin' income. Half the amount it costs for him, so not bad to get him. Where? So minus 2 national unrest. I feel like that should help a lot. Yeah. Alright. We're ready. Get 'em, boys. Okay. I just avoid a river crossing. Gain fucking 10 years of separatism. Jerks. We hold them back, though. Yeah. Rebellions are a lot more problematic now with the new fort system. Not quite as easy to deal with as they once were. Byzantine refugees. I see. Constantinople has now fallen. Seems pretty reasonable to me. Because I think we just saved 60 diplomatic tech. Roughly. And we'll probably save, you know, 60 military tech. I don't know how long the Byzantine refugees last, but, yeah, pretty long while. Oh, yeah, sure. Even more fucking... Deport Mason. Over on. Let's see. Yeah, no, let us reform, I think. I think that's fine. Like, admin tech cost reduction, military tech cost reduction. It's now super cheap. The problem is it's still ahead of time by 4 years. Oh, well. Yes, because I'm sure I'm just itching to declare war on Scotland. We still will need to declare war on Sweden once more for a couple of provinces. Then 1, 2, 3. We'll have a few pieces of our Iron Curtain ready to go. Still have a long way to go to get all the way down to, you know, like Stettin. We'll probably just go, you know, along here. We want to ensure that we have Danzig, which is pretty far back, so it's easy enough. Prague and Wien. So, seems like a fairly nice line that we can make. Yeah, like, glad to see Serbia doing well. Proved I'm not just insanely good at them. Good, and our relations are almost done improving. They refused military access. Whatever. We'll get them diplo-vassalized soon enough. And we're going to have to go to war with Genoa soon. Circassians. How about vassalizing them? Yeah, we can do that. I don't know if Georgia will. You guys are already vassals? Yeah, apparently. Okay. So, that shouldn't be too bad. Then we'll just get Circassia as a vassal next. We'll eat the rest of the Golden Horde, and everything should be kosher. Alright. That's the plan for now, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been your lovely, lovely host, Kelvin, signing off.